Look. It's yeah, it's early, man. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what is going on. Um, but I'm sleepy today. But you better
Yeah.
believe some work got done this weekend, Tech Coach Ralph. You're not hearing no excuses on that.
Ye-
But I am sleepy.
yeah, and I asked him how the temperatures on his neck of the woods at 59 degrees. I'm like 59 degrees. That sounds like
Shoot,
paradise right now. Um,
59.
yeah,
That don't sound like paradise to you. That don't sound like
yeah,
paradise to me.
yeah, it does.
Let me see what mine is.
Reese's in the
Yeah,
building. She said, "Good
yeah. See,
morning."
good morning, good morning. Yeah, we're at 53 right now, but it's gonna be a high of 67. So
Oh my
I can
goodness,
take that. Yeah,
jeez Louise.
I don't even want to know what yours is, Joseph.
Oh, you about to
We're
find
at we're
out.
at negative
Uh,
10. We're at negative 10.
you about to find out. If you're in the tri-state area, you kind of know already. But yeah, what games did you play and did you win? That Coach Ralph wants to know.
Yeah, we won. Yeah, while he's looking up his weather,
Oh,
yeah,
I
we
know it.
played uh what is it? Black Card Revolt. We played some game with it. We had some game with a bunch of letters around a wheel, and basically you press the button, it pops all the letters up, and then you choose a topic that that all the letters have. You have to say the word around the letter. So, for instance, if I were to say um, sports teams, right?
Hmm.
Then if it's A, you'd have to do like Atlanta Hawks, and then the next person would go and they might pick another letter, but you had a certain time limit, and then it had to stay within the topic. But as the rounds went on, you couldn't re-say something that somebody already has said before. So yeah, that was that, and then ooh, there was another one. Blank slate. So blank slate is where you have these little bitty like rectangle whiteboards with a dry erase marker, and there's a moderator, and then they have to tell you something, and you have to basically guess a person's name around the room, but
Mm,
not just that would fit that description, but not
yeah.
just that, you want to guess what the most people would guess, and that's who wins. So
Oh,
if there's 10 players and six people guess this one person, then all six get a point. So you might think it's one person, but you need to make sure that it's the same person that everybody else is picking. So for example, it'd be a question like um and I'm just making one up right now, but who in the
hmm,
room has the most pairs of glasses, right? And so
yeah.
you could think it's like, oh, somebody else, but if you don't pick what everybody else is picking, then you might still lose, even though you might be right. So, but yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, that was the main ones, man. I was mainly eating and watching the game.
Hey, listen, I would, probably been right there on the couch with you. But games are cool, man. Games are cool. So I definitely
Yeah,
love to hear anybody else who has games that they play in the holidays around this time of the year. Man, OTT, peace and blessings to you, my bro. Hope
yeah,
everyone had a
man.
blessed weekend. That's absolutely true. And Ori said it, freezing in New York City. It
Mm.
is freezing. In fact, I checked the temperature. Today's weather is supposed to be a high 25, a low 7. So you know what that means.
I don't even
You
want to
know
think
what
about
time
it.
it is. You was looking cool in all those pics for Thanksgiving. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for stopping by. We got Darcel in the building. He says,
What
"Good
up? What
morning,
up?
fam. So glad to have you with us, Darcel." And Oris confirmed. Yeah, 11 degrees. It was like 13 degrees and it was snowing. So it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That song is real for us. In
Man,
fact,
yeah, nah.
tomorrow's supposed to be snowing again. And then Thursday, and then Saturday is snow
Shit.
plus ice. It like the weather did not wait for us to get into actual winter. It's like now's the time, y'all. And look at Tecos Ralph gloating here, high of 78 in Miami.
I'm right
Oh
behind
man,
it, but that's a win right
uh,
there. That's what
that's
I'm talking about, Tech Coach Ralph.
listen.
Like,
Take
like
me,
for
take me
real.
there. Take me there right now.
That's
I'm not,
crazy.
I'm not built for this anymore.
I was
Uh,
just telling somebody, man. I was like, I don't know if I could do like having the shovel before I needed to leave to go somewhere. Like that would make me. I think that would make me mad. like,
Yeah, it
having
could
to think
definitely.
about shoveling before I needed to go.
That's
Like
one thing.
sweating my outfit out before I had to go.
Breaking your back,
Yeah,
all that,
exactly.
man. Yeah, Ori said send the warmer weather to the tri-state. Absolutely, please, please, please. It hasn't been as bad for the past couple of years, but this is where it's getting tough. This is
Mm.
where it's getting tough. I don't know if I can make it. Tech coach Ralph is just about to go to the pool, and I'm trying to like keep my little bird pool from freezing over. Well, no, it's already frozen over, but
Yeah, it's
yeah,
done. That's done
it's
for.
done. It's
Barbecue
done, man.
chicken, man.
It is done. But listen, y'all, I wanted to say thank you again for rocking with us. This is the last episode of the year. I know Tech Coach Ralph feels like we're making excuses, but it's a good time to just take some time away and enjoy the rest of the year with family and friends. And was rock with y'all, man. Thank you so much. Again, if you are not familiar, we are part of the Live Podcast Network. So that is a network that we're a part of, as well as you know, well, just want to make sure you guys are aware of, because there's a lot of the creators on that space. So if you are not familiar with it, go ahead to alivepodcastnetwork.com. Again, that's the alivepodcastnetwork.com. We'd love to see you there and to see all the other creators that are in the building as well. And so, listen, y'all, we're going to jump right into it because we got a full show. We were talking about the topic that I think could be impactful for a lot of people in regards to Salesforce. They're hiring, if you're not familiar with it, about 2,000 plus agents. There we've got things going on with Google. Google's fighting back. If you're familiar with that story, we've been covering that for the past couple of weeks, if not months. And so definitely stay in for that. And Nvidia has a situation where the government is now looking at them with cross-eyed about their chip actually being purchased and used in China. So we're going to be talking about all those things and more. And as always, your comments will pop up on the screen. If you're not already subscribed to us, go to youtube.com / a Talk That Tech Show. And remember, this is a call in show. So if you want to call in at any particular time, feel free to do so by clicking the link that I'm going to drop down on all the channels here on YouTube. So go to youtube.com / a Talk That Tech Show and feel free to call in there. If you happen to be on my channel, you could call in there as well for any of the topics that we're talking about today. And before we get into it, Tech Coach Ralph says it's a cold 78, though it makes y'all feel any if that makes y'all feel any better. I am
Probably not.
disgusted at Tech Coach Ralph right now.
Probably not.
Um, I'm disgusted. I'm not
Ah,
even gonna say
that's
anything
hilarious.
else. A cold 78. As the guy needs people to say, your eyes past me.
Hey,
Uh
I know what you're talking about, Ted Coach Ralph. So I'm here with you, okay? Like when I get
Gar's
ready to take my dog out, I know I'm gonna be feeling cold. Um, so I feel you.
Garcelle says there's no such thing, coach, as a cold 78. Oh man, listen, laughing at our pain. They are laughing at our pain. The
Just
only
a little
reason
bit.
I shivering here, they laughing at our pain. But listen, let's get let's get into it, and let's talk about the opportunities for those who are looking to get into sales. That Salesforce is providing that opportunity right now.
Yeah, man, really quick. Definitely wanted to talk about this one, just mainly because there's always a lot of news. Normally, it's on the negative side as far as not hiring. But we wanted to show y'all a company that's they're going into the new year strong, and here's what they're doing. There's a company. It's called Salesforce, and they are significantly expanding their sales force. But I'm just kidding. Uh, that was pun intended for sure. But no, seriously, y'all, they are hiring 2,000 sales representatives. Basically, around this hiring surge hiring surge is based around their new AI technology, Agentforce. If y'all don't remember, a few months ago we talked about Agentforce, but yeah, it's basically to sell their AI products. So as y'all know, that's all the rage these days, and all the companies they're needing to see how are they going to fit AI into their businesses to help them grow and all of that. So great time. to make big money, right? Like I'm sure they're gonna have certain incentives and stuff, and it will be easier than ever, maybe um, more or less. Use that word with an asterisk to try and get some people on the phone. But basically, y'all, the 2,000 new hires is basically gonna double what they initially planned to bring on. So something happened. They saw something in the market. They're like, we got to double this number. It's not going to be enough. So they basically were going to do 1,000 at first. Now they've doubled it to 2,000. And basically, the CEO, Mark Benioff, he said that they've already received 9,000 applications for these 2,000 positions. So what does that mean though? Right? Like you got 9,000 and there's two. That means they can cherry pick if they want, which means you got to come correct. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the most experienced as far as, having all the credentials and all of this stuff, but you definitely need to show something different in the role or to them that they're not seeing from 9,000 other people. And one of which, by the way, obviously that would get cut down heavily just through the resume portion. So don't let
Mm-hmm.
that 9,000 scare you. Anyway, um, how the hiring time basically is going to begin. Well, it began in late November 2024, and then now they're still getting this thing done. So new hires will be tasked with selling again the Salesforce AI products. Now, the next generation of AI agents, which that's what they're going to be talking about as well. AI agents, they're set to launch February 2025. So they're going to get you in, and they're going to train you up. And February 2025 is they going in. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, y'all, despite all these layoffs that not only Salesforce had, there are other companies that have had layoffs this year. Look at where they're hiring at. So they may have had layoffs in other areas, but they're piling in more for not only sales but sales and AI. So a specific space. So that should tell you something there. Uh, it's not probably going to be the only company doing that. That's what I'm getting at. So yeah, definitely wanted to let you all know that even though they've had those layoffs earlier in the year and they're hiring now, their stock has went up 33% throughout 2024. So that's a positive piece there. Not going anywhere anytime soon. This is an aggressive strategy. Hopefully, hopefully somebody that we know who's looking will pop on.
Yeah. And the lines are open, y'all. Just want to let you guys know the lines are open, so feel free to call in. Let us know your thoughts about this. Will you apply for the position? If you are or planning to apply for the position, let us know in the chat as well if that's something that is of interest to you. So we love to hear back from you on that. I think it's a great opportunity for people. By the way, I know that when I went to one of these conversations, these events and conventions that they had, and they had a nice booth set up, and it was just they had the full team out there ready to go, handing out socks and all sorts of things. But what I would say is that for anybody who is looking to transition from company, it might be a good opportunity. They're already a huge company. Again, if you go back to one of the stats uh, that Trey said, the company's quarterly revenue has continued to climb. Quarterly revenue being $9.44 billion. It's a huge company, so there's a lot of potential and growth there for you. So hey, we want to make sure that we are passing on the information to make sure that y'all get what y'all need in regards to make a decision. But yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for somebody who's looking to transition to another company, or even to possibly transition within the industry, especially if you have a background in AI or some other area of expertise. So
Yeah.
listen, y'all.
Well, that reoccurring revenue for them is crazy, ain't it?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
over 3 billion a month. Is that is that what you're saying, bro?
yeah. They're just printing money right now. And
Printing.
and and the thing about it is they already have a lot of companies that already are used to working with them as their CRM,
Mm-hmm.
and so for them just to say, "Hey, listen, we have this tool as well," it'll
This
be
bolt
a
on.
little, yeah, it's a lot easier for them to have people that really trust them to kind of move over there. So, listen, y'all, we did not tell you anything. This is the opportunity that we mentioned to you. We want to make sure that y'all are getting a hold of this, and don't hesitate to call into the show as well. Like I mentioned, this is a call-in show. Feel free to call in. You do not have to show your face, but you definitely could call in and let us know your thoughts. Also, don't forget, go ahead and subscribe to youtube.com. Again, that is youtube.com at Talk That Tech Show for more, to make sure that you are up to date on everything that's going on with us here on the show. So, while you guys are clicking that button to call in to give your thoughts, I'm going to go to the bulletin board, which is our segment that we love to chat about. Basically, this is all about upcoming events that are going to be happening in 2025. Because listen, there's nothing happening between now and 2020, at the end of 2024, the New Year's Day. So I wanted to share a couple of things that are going to be happening. Feel free to write them down because they might be something of interest to you as well. January 19th, we have Diversitech that's happening at Philly Mixer in Philadelphia, PA. Just $10 for that. Then Obsidy is having a tech talk, data security, and fintech mixer in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. So if you are in the Atlanta, Georgia area, $0 for that as well. Wonder Tech Fest is a virtual event that's happening January 28th. Moving into February, real quickly, we have the Birmingham Black Male Summit 25 in Birmingham, Alabama, $35 for that. HBC University Summit in Baltimore, Maryland, February 8th as well for $20. Then Obsidian also has another talk that's virtual, and that's happening on February 10th. February 23rd is the National Sales Network Jazz Brunch Mixer, which, if you like jazz, I'm going to mix it
Mm,
up. Los Angeles, California, Los Angeles at $40 for that. And we have a couple of things in March that just make sure it's on your radar because they're huge events. We have March 5th to the 7th, we have NASB Annual Convention in Chicago, Illinois. And then in March 7th to 9th, it's BlurredCon that's happening in Arlington, Virginia. The 20th to the 22nd in March is Diversitech Philadelphia. So pull up for that if you're in the area. And then we have the 28th to the 29th, Dallas Black UX Summit 25, Arlington, Virginia, as well as Black Future House, which is a time to be determined. But that's all I'm going to let you guys know about right now. If you want to find out more, go to blacktechglobal.com. Again, that is blacktechglobal.com for more, your premier source for upcoming events. And so, speaking about an event, not a fighting one, but it might be one with Google. Google is taking
mm.
a stand, y'all. They said, listen, heck no, we won't go. And they are fighting back and saying that they don't want to break up Chrome as the government wants them to do so. So
I
let's
wouldn't
chat
either.
about it. And listen, y'all could call in about this one. I think Tech Coach Rob might have something to say about this subject because we brought it up before. But Google has responded to the U.S. government. If you were not aware, call to force the sale of its Chrome browser by promising an alternative solution to address antitrust concerns. So, if you are not familiar with this story, the government basically said, "Hey, Google, your Chrome thing is too big. You guys are like the number one browser because of the fact that you guys are so big. We gotta break this up." I think first of all, let me pause here by saying it's a little bit different from the oil issue that they had to break it up to make all these different oil companies come out of what Rockefeller was doing, I believe, in the day. Was it him or was it somebody else that had had the
Shoot,
oil? I
it
think
was
I think
him. It was him on the oil, but it's been some people through the years. But yeah, it was Rockefeller on the oil.
yeah. So I think it's a little bit different, right? Because there's a lot of other browsers out there. There's Bing, there's Yahoo. I don't know, not Yahoo, but
Um, I
Firefox, and
just
there's a few
just
others.
think, yeah, just in case, they did actually get it done. I actually downloaded. How do you say it? Opera. It's the
Oh,
big
okay.
red O. Man, that one's pretty solid, bro. I never used it
Mm.
ever, and I think they've been around since '95 or something. But that one's special. So
Listen,
just in
y'all.
case, I'm like, let me learn something. Let me learn another one just in case. Uh,
Yeah.
they tank Google Chrome, but yeah, that Opera is sick.
Yeah, well, that's a question for y'all. Listen, what web browsers do you use that we are not familiar with because we definitely want to know. But yeah, this situation is crazy to me. But anyway, instead of selling Chrome, Google has filed a 12-page proposed order suggesting that the court bar the company from requiring favorable treatment of its software as a condition of licensing popular apps. So the key points of the Google's counterproposal include prohibiting Google from mandating preferential distribution or treatment of its software on mobile devices in exchange for licensing apps like Chrome, Play, or Gemini, right? So it's not pushing them to the forefront. Allowing competing browsers such as Apple Safari, which we kind of jokingly said is used to download Chrome, to really make deals with any search engine
That's for real.
they believe is best for the user. That's what I use it for. Also, permitting device makers to preload multiple search engines and not requiring them to include Chrome and Google Search if they want other Google apps. I think it's fair. I think it's fair what they're saying right now. They have a few other things in there as well. Also, this is actually probably a good one, enabling revenue sharing with competing browsers while allowing for multiple defaults on different platforms. So they're like, hey,
Uh,
listen, we'll spread the wealth if that's what it
which,
takes.
yeah, I mean, like, if they got to that's like the fairest. That's one of the fairest things, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, now it's on y'all. Like,
Yeah.
we gonna get ours. We know
Yeah.
that. But if y'all want a little chump change, you know, whoever decides to use y'all's browser, we'll throw you a little something. But we know the majority is not, So let's
Yeah.
see. Unless
Yeah.
unless Chat GPT and the other ones jump in that thing. If they jump in
Mm,
there, that
yeah.
might run it up. That might run it up.
That might be all the competition that they need.
Yeah.
So Google argues that the U.S. Justice Department's proposal remedy of forcing a Chrome sale is extreme and inconsistent with the law. The company contends that any remedy should align with specific anti-competitive conduct frowned by the judge, which involved exclusive contracts with browsers and smartphone manufacturers as well as telecom carriers. Right, so the judge is basically scheduled to decide on the remedies in April. So we got some time now, aiming for a final decision by August of next year. Google plans to appeal the ruling once the case concludes. So this could be stretched out even further. And so time will definitely tell about this. But listen, y'all, I'm curious. What do you feel about this? Do you feel as though, hey, listen, uh, I don't know what they're doing here, but I'm gonna start practicing using another browser just in case. So that way I am set to go when the time is right. What are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comment section below, or like I mentioned earlier, feel free to call into the show. The link has been dropped, so y'all could call in, and I'm gonna drop that link again. But before I do, I want to go to Tech Coach Ralph, who says some people use Brave for security reasons. I've never tried it.
Yeah, I never
I know.
tried that one either. I don't
Yeah.
know. But bro, I assume it's probably gonna be because I remember how I used to be like sometimes I wouldn't know that stuff even happened until it started changing. Like it started looking different,
Mm.
it started feeling different, and then you search it and you realize like, oh, they got bought out, and now somebody else like I'm getting off of this. That's probably like that's probably what would happen, bro. Like most people probably gonna continue to use it until maybe they make a decision, and then all of a sudden the user experience is a little bit different, and like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm moving, But me, I just, I literally, like I said, I saw the browser and what they have to offer and all that stuff. So I'm like, let me download this and see what's going on,
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's know what you feel in the comment section. But y'all, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't want to practice using another browser, but if I have to, I'm going to probably play around with Mozilla Firefox again.
Yeah,
Firefox was cool
I
back in the
forgot
day.
about them, bro. That was the stuff right there. Like
Yeah.
I literally, I would have my HP laptops, and download that and be on the road like every time. That's all I use.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
Mozilla.
I'm gonna have to probably even look into some AI ones specifically because honestly, if I'm being honest, um, until they started incorporating Gemini back into like the Google searches, I kind of was using ChatGPT for a minute. I
That's
was
what
kind
I'm
of like,
saying, bro.
we
Now,
just go to ChatGPT and figure this thing out.
now that's the other thing about that Opera. They have I think it's called Aria, which
Mm,
it's pretty sick. I'm not gonna cap, but yeah, I mean, chat, bro, you can get now, especially now, you hit that little globe, you get the real time data, man. You get the real time info.
mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that's the quick go to. Because the one thing about I will say the one thing about going through Google and all the other ones, you know, you still have to sometimes, depending on what you're searching, you still have to go and search it. Like, you know, let me click through
Mm-hmm.
this one, let me click through that one. Bro, Chat GBT and you know, and the other one, Perplexity, they're gonna buy y'all. It's all right
Yeah.
there, flat out, just listed for you. You know, if it's some
Yeah.
steps that you need to take, bloom. Now, again, with Google, they have started doing that, right? Last, I think it was late last year. I
Yeah.
did have the little experiment thing, but still, it's a lot easier. I don't know. So
Yeah. And out of curiosity, I decided to pull up a list of it of different browsers. So you do have that Firefox there. You have Microsoft Edge, which I don't know if anybody is a fan of Microsoft Edge or really uses it. Let us know in the chat. Vivaldi, of course,
it just
Google Chrome.
didn't
Yeah,
even
which
look good.
oh, it didn't even look good, right? I'm curious. Like, I might try Brave. I might try Opera, like you said. Maxton, I never heard of Maxton before. But there's so many. The list is kind of crazy. Some of
Yeah.
them may not even be around any longer. I
I
don't
might
think
make my
so.
own browser, man. Can I use Windsurf? Hey, Tech Coach Ralph.
Where
Can I
you at,
use
Techno
Wind?
Ralph?
Can I use Windsurf and create my own browser? Can I do that?
Hey, listen. I mean, what
Let
does it
me know.
take? Because if that's the case, that's an opportunity right there. Who if
Yeah,
Chrome does dissolve, then there's an opportunity for the
cause,
next
cause
one to
here's why
line
I
up.
said that, bro. Here's why I said that. Most people, maybe a lot of people, haven't even heard of Opera, and I think they had like 3 billion users or something like that, like something
Wow.
crazy. It was 3 million or something. It's something
Yeah.
crazy. And so it's like, yo, I can create one. You know, have a little have a little 500,000 million
Yeah.
users. Like we rolling. Nah,
Get some
but
ads
yeah,
in there
man.
and you're good. Get some ads in
Exactly.
there, you're good. And speaking of Tech Coach Ralph, we have him in the building to talk about this conversation.
Man, yeah,
Uh,
let me know if I can create a browser, man. With
what do
Windsurf,
you,
with Windsurf or Bolt.new. Let me know.
So I heard that you guys were tired and cold. Well, Trey's not that really cold, but
Nah,
I heard you
nah,
guys are
are
tired and
you
cold.
wearing a sweater in my
I wanted
what?
to. People say I don't have empathy, right? So I was trying to relate and have empathy to what you guys are feeling up there. So I have my sweater on. I got it
Yeah,
from
yo,
YouTube.
yo, I need that. But
Yeah, that's dope.
also, I mean, I did throw on a long sleeve only because of the same reason, bro. Like, you know,
Me and Trey understands what you
I
guys are
don't
going
need.
through.
Yeah, there's some. See, Joseph, there's something called empathy, right? And so we are acting on that, uh, so that we don't have any no thoughts come to the mind of hate or envy or anything like that. We don't want that. We
If
don't
you
need
had
that.
empathy for us, you would have had like a t-shirt on and some beach shorts and relate.
Not happening.
Oh
Not
man.
happening. Not right
Oh,
now. When I look and I see icicles everywhere.
golly, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go to the chat real quickly because we have some friends here. OTTO says, I'm
No,
gonna
that
go to
was
that
me.
comment just now. He says, heck nah, Edge is trash. Microsoft Edge is trash.
Yeah, Microsoft
Mitch,
Edges. But again,
Mitch,
if I go and look how many monthly search users they have, watch it be something crazy.
yeah. Oh yeah, because
Can
it
I
comes.
apologize to Mitch real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
please
yeah,
do.
go ahead.
All right, so he's been feeling a certain way the past couple of days
Y'all
because
at
I
the odd
realized
couple.
I hadn't played his song in a few days. So I played it yesterday, so I'm hopefully he gets over it. And but that's really what's going on here.
He's like, get this person off the screen. He says,
Golly.
sounds like he's in a bathroom with the water on. Oh
Ah,
man, he is coming for
oh
you
man.
today. It is
It's shots fired.
everywhere.
So
Oh,
look at this, y'all. Look, OTTO said Edge is trash, which I totally agree with you. Monthly users or users worldwide, 263 million users worldwide.
mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things, bro. It's like there's something for everybody.
Yeah. But and also remember, it comes standard with PCs too.
That's the side. That's the thing.
Yeah,
And
the
some people
default
don't care
browser.
to change.
Yeah, they're like, listen, I don't. What is this Chrome business thing? Especially in older populations, like, listen, I just want to just go online, do my
Uh,
thing, and not looking
mhm.
for all that. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Um, but,
they had that amount. Um, Oprah has Opera has over 25 million monthly users, 350 million users across the globe, and I just found out about them. I mean, I remember seeing the red O. I never clicked on it. I never looked into it. So there's something for everybody. I'm gonna
yeah,
create
I've
man.
one.
used I've used like those other browsers for testing purposes back in the
Yeah.
days. Like when you're
Hmm.
testing for browser compatibility. I think, and like some browsers, they're a lot more popular in other parts of the world. Like
Oh, that
Opera is
Yeah.
makes
pretty
sense.
popular.
You
I want to say like
UK type.
not necessarily UK. It might be like more like Eastern
Oh,
Europe
okay.
type,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but not as like kind of like the Russia area types.
Uh
That I think it
yeah.
was Opera that was pretty popular over there for a while. I don't know about now, but I know it was pretty popular at the time.
Well, see, that makes sense. That makes
All right.
sense.
You know what? And let's make this a party. We got OTTO in the building. What's up, sir?
Yeah,
Let me
what
add
up?
you to
What
the
up?
call.
My brothers, what's going
What
on?
up? Oh, nothing.
I was just
You know.
going to add to what you said, Trey. That is true. It does come with PC, but also I think probably a big portion of that is going to be corporations. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
Mm.
Mm,
I know with us that there's certain applications that we have to use, like especially like our payment processing and stuff like that. We have to use Edge. Like everybody else uses Google for everything else, but there's
oh,
certain
that's wild.
applications that you have to go through Edge to be able to access and stuff like that. And so I think a big portion
Mm-hmm.
of that is also going to be coming from corporations, not just your regular everyday user.
That makes a lot of sense for sure.
Yeah.
Now you can inflate the numbers. So yeah, you got 263 monthly users or million monthly users, but half of them they have to go through it just so they can get their paycheck or get something done. That's smart, man. That's smart. So basically, what you're saying is, I need to create this browser, and then I need to go and make a deal with a huge company that a lot of these hospitals use that say, hey, if you come through my browser only, I'll give you can I say it on? I'm not gonna say it. I'll give you a kickback. And no, I'm playing. But yeah,
Wink, wink.
yeah, no, that's crazy. But that makes a
Exactly.
lot of sense though. Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, like I said, there's certain
yeah.
like it doesn't matter what you have, whether you have a Dell or a Lenovo or a HP. It doesn't
You
matter
gotta
depending on
go
what
through it.
application you're using. Some of them work better because of the certificates and stuff like that. Some of them work better
Hmm.
with that, so it's easier to use Edge versus using Google because of how many updates they usually do, and like Tech Coach Rap says, like security protocol stuff like that. It's easier to use Edge versus Google. So now they laying in bed with somebody playing that. They
Oh
laying
yeah,
in bed with somebody. Don't get it twisted.
that's a fact. That is
Yeah,
a fact.
yeah. No, I agree because I actually had the same thing happen at my job. Mitch is hilarious. Mike is a bad application. I had something happen in my job where I had an update and I for whatever reason couldn't use Chrome, so I had to use Safari, and I could tell the difference, and I could say this was not built for Safari. This was not built
Mm.
for Safari in mind at all. So I had to wait for that update in order to kind of have all the functionalities back to using the application. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Mitch said, "Sorry guys, he brings out the worst in me in 2025. I'll be changed." All right,
Hey,
we'll say, hey man, he's
you
coming to
know.
the rivers of life, getting baptized and everything. I appreciate that, Mitch. Making pen,
Hey
making
man, Mitch, eat a Snicker, man. Eat a Snicker. Y'all
grab
remember
a
those
Snickers,
commercials? That's funny.
but peanuts, caramel, and chocolate. Grab a
Yeah.
Snickers. But yeah, bro, I'll let you guys talk because I know you came on to share as well, Tech Coach Ralph. So I'll
Yeah.
let you and OTTO share a bit more.
Well, something OTTO just said that was pretty interesting. The whole thing about the monopoly with Google and stuff like that. But by him saying Lenovo, um, HP, Dell, all of them are Windows computers,
Mm-hmm.
and they come by default with Edge. And people say, "All right, I'm gonna open Edge. That's the only browser that comes on."
Facts.
And they type in was it chrome.google.com, and they choose to click on the little button that says download Google Chrome,
This is facts.
and then they install it. But that's that's the monopoly. So yeah, okay, got it. Thank you,
This
Department
is
of Justice.
facts.
I mean, how many people have Chromebooks? You know, compared. Go ahead, OTTO.
Nah, I was just gonna go add to my brother Ralph. Also, once you get that, unless you really know what you're doing, you gotta even go into the you know what I'm saying to the default apps to even be able to change it to make Google your your primary browser. And a lot of people don't
Mm-hmm.
even know how to even get to that that window. They don't know how to go to the search bar and then type in default apps and then pull it up and then search down to browser extensions and then change it to make sure that your primary default browser is going to be Chrome because like you said they're all Windows computers, so they're gonna make sure that you're gonna use that first. Like you really gotta know what you're doing to be able to get in there and change it to Chrome if that's what you want. They don't make it easy, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's
They
crazy.
don't.
I just figured this out though. So did you guys know that when you were born and they issued your social security number, they also issued you out a Gmail address, and that's also part of the monopoly. That yeah, it's
Oh, bro, you you
You know,
you
we got
uh you talking that stuff right now, man. I look, you trying to get the show. All of a sudden, the show just gonna blank out and, and crash. You trying to get us
it's like here's
sniped
your
sniped out
social,
of here.
here's your Gmail address, and it's
You
not
trying to
with
get
you
us
forever.
you trying to get us sniped out of here, man. That's yeah, you talking that stuff now, man. I don't know.
Ralph said they gave him a Gmail and a chip in your big toe.
Look,
oh
a
man.
Gmail, chipping your big toe, and we selling your birth certificate for money.
Yeah, everybody born, you know what I'm saying, in the 2000s because of Elon, they got that chip and it's all backed up to Starlink.
Oh man, that's cold as ice.
There's some people I don't want their information though. They can keep whatever
Oh,
they
for
have in their
sure.
mind. They can keep it.
Can't
That's
can't
funny.
swipe nothing.
Yeah, you that's yours to hold on to and cherish, pretty much. This is actually a good segue to the next conversation, which definitely, if you want to guys
Oh,
chime in for this one,
wait,
feel
real
free to
quick.
stay on.
Before we
Yeah,
switch,
go ahead.
Tech Coach Ralph,
Yeah.
is it possible to build a browser no code?
Oh, no code.
No.
I'm gonna go with. I mean, anything is possible, but I'm gonna go with. It's
I,
gonna be very very difficult.
look, I figured that. I figured that. I just wanted to ask.
Anything is
Uh,
possible.
awesome.
Mitch said, Ralph, that was trash.
Mm-mm.
I
I will
was
tell you
going to
Okay.
what I
say.
did though. I would like talking about the browser thing. I didn't build a browser, but I did integrate Chat GPT
Yeah.
into the economic dictionary app that I had built that I use on the Saturday morning shows, where you can so now right from the app you can get a customized experience where you ask for like, well, how is the what is it called, the consumer whatever, how does that affect me as a person in tech sales, and then it'll give you a customized
Mm,
example.
That's lit. That's lit. So see y'all, just get the
hmm
API integrated in to what you're working on, you good to go. But
Yeah.
if you don't know how to do that, you need to go watch Tech Coach Ralph. You know what I'm saying?
That's,
He gonna get you right.
yes.
Ask him the questions. He gonna get you right. We trying to give you the tools. It's just a matter if you want to use them. You
See
got
what you
everything
see what
already. You got the computer. You got the Wi-Fi. But are you using them right?
see what Trey's picture in his background says hustle drive success. There you
Oh
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Just watch out for that no code, 'cause it's trash.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Until it's not.
I'm not saying
Facts.
anything unless it
Y-
because they might give me a sponsorship one day,
That's
and
what I'm
so
saying.
I
That's
have
what
to.
I'm saying. Hey,
OTTO
hey.
speaks for himself.
Until it's not. all views held by OTTO are his and his alone. Nah, I'm playing.
That's if it's attached to
Uh,
Edge. Now, if you do something
yeah,
different,
yeah,
we can talk about it. But if you're gonna
yeah,
be anywhere near Edge, it's trash.
yeah. That's a fact.
I think the snow has overtaken Joseph.
Yeah, yeah. That snow got him. I feel like I hear his voice, but he's looking up to the sky. Uh, he's giving. I don't know what's going on there. He's posing for the camera. Joseph is Oh yeah, there you go. I'm like I'm like you, bro. I was looking at him. And I'm like I'm hearing his voice, but he ain't moving. Yeah, snow froze his computer, so we don't know what's going on there. But man, while we got y'all on, since he's not, we wanted to end the show off talking about these Nvidia chips in China. All right, so basically, the U.S. Department of Commerce they basically asked Nvidia to investigate how the advanced AI chips have ended up in China already over this past year. So basically, they don't have any they have export restrictions. So they're like, "Yo, what's going on? How in the world are they getting in there?" So they're wanting it's a part of a broader effort to enforce the export controls on these cutting edge chips and the technology that's crucial for AI. And basically, they want to keep the sauce, but somehow as they've gotten over there, and y'all already know, as soon as they hit the ground, they just, whoosh, they figuring it out, getting all the extracurriculars out of there so that they can sell it for sure. So, what do y'all? I mean, what do y'all think about that? How did they get over there? You think somebody's smuggling them over there? You think somebody in the factory scooping a few of them off the conveyor belt and selling them on the side for the um, extra chips? What's going on there?
I'm just gonna say this first, right? And then I'll let LTTO go. But
Yeah, yeah,
what a time that we're living in when we're talking about smuggling AI chips and
yeah.
not smuggling all types of drugs.
Facts. Facts.
What a time! Like, remember, how many years ago?
Although I will say, bro, I just came across an article. Some lady was trying to smuggle on a plane 20, I think it was like 21 pounds of meth that were wrapped up as Christmas gifts. So they still stopping some people, but I
Of
do agree.
course, of
I
course.
do
But
agree.
now we're talking about smuggling chips and stuff like that. Wow, we've come far.
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild.
What you got, OTTO? How you think they got over there?
Somebody was gonna have a high Christmas.
Man, they was trying to.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just like, with the iPhones, when all the leaks come out about the iPhones, and everybody has the early versions of the iPhones. They get over it somehow, whether it be, like I said, somebody, a worker brings one out, what have you. But I mean, it's not just the chips, man. I mean, let's just be honest. There's plenty of companies that bring multiple different things across, what I'm saying, state lines, sea lines, however you want to, the high seas, whatever you want to say. It always finds a way to get where it needs to go when the time is right. So it could be multiple things. It could be they already have an agreement in place. They sent it. It could be, yeah, like you said, Troy. It could be somebody that was, I don't want to phrase say infiltrated, but somebody who was
That's my thing.
commissioned to say, hey, look, you know what I mean? We're gonna give you this extra little chips. That's just like the government sector. They only want you to have a whole bunch of debt because you'll be easy to flip. It could have been something like that. Somebody, look, we know you got this debt. We know you owe these people 100,000. I tell you what,
Gonna get us these chips. We go ahead and knock that out for you and let you be Dave Ramsey debt free. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
mean, there could be multiple reasons, man. I mean, it's hard to say, man. But if it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, give the betterment for the country and everybody's is winning. I mean, it is what it is, bro. Because even if they don't get it, somebody's gonna get it. Whether it be
that's a
China,
fact.
Russia, somebody. It doesn't matter. Somebody is gonna be. Everybody is always a price.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be willing to do something strange for some change.
Man, and exactly, especially maybe if you more on the minimum wage side,
Right.
there's people who, hey, y'all ain't paying me enough, and like it does say that there are some duplicate serial number action going on. So it says some customers have reportedly duplicated serial numbers from servers containing Nvidia chips and attached them to other servers.
Hmm.
So it's some stuff going on, but I wouldn't. My bet is there's a mole in the camp. There's a dead cat on the line, man. Somebody is in there, scooping off some chip, like making a chip, scooping off a chip, making a chip, scooping off a chip, and they taking that thing home and selling them for the big one. You know,
Right.
but again, I don't know what what the implications are on that, or what that like what is it going to do as far as them having access to that? Like, is it just going to make them better? Like, are they going to be able to make the same or better chips for a cheaper price? I don't know. I don't know what the problem would be with them having the chips, but I know they do this stuff with everything. Um, I'm trying to be careful with how I say it, but like they get, say for instance in fashion or something, they'll get the original garment, copy it to the T, or at least try to. Now there are variations on that, right? But they copy it to the T, and then they sell it for the low. So and they do that for a lot of clothes for sure. But I mean, I'm sure they do it for everything else. So the chips is something else that they can do that. Now how they're getting over there, I don't know. My bet is it's somebody on the inside.
I
So we got a
agree.
couple.
But
We got a
Run
couple
it up.
ideas.
go ahead, Ralph. Go ahead, Ralph.
So we'll start off with this, right? Have you guys ever seen people have, Jordans or whatever before they are actually released?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever seen somebody who like, it's like, hey, I got this, the PS5, I have the PS6,
Yeah,
and it's not even coming out until 2 years from now,
yeah.
and then Joseph might be able to understand this. Have you ever seen people travel to like Caribbean islands and stuff like that, like especially Haiti? I've seen people travel to Cuba, and they have like three suitcases packed with stuff, right? So there's that as well. Um, and so for me, I'm like, well, it could be some like, are they available for purchase here in the United States?
The ones that they're talking about, I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know. So
because
I see where you're going with it. Like I think they are the ones that are already out.
I'm like, well, people could just like, what if somebody from over there comes here and buys it and
Yeah,
takes it over there? If it's not
yeah.
available, then
That's a fact.
it's like, somebody can just, have a detour. And what you're saying about the like the why they don't want them to have it there. I think there's a couple of reasons. I mean, number one, whenever they don't want to tell us something, they're just going to throw national security on it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so that's a problem. But probably for the intellectual property
yeah. To keep
stuff,
it. Yeah,
it gives them a competitive advantage if they have the technology from, because usually what from my understanding what China will do is they'll take the U.S. Um, innovation and then they'll use that to create their own in a cheaper, maybe less safe version,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
That's what I
next
was.
week you get it on Temu, right? So
Yeah, yeah, and then they'll sell it back to us. Um, and if you don't know, he was like, bro, because there's people out there. They're like, look, it's the same specs, but it's blank amount less. I'm going with that. So yeah, I mean, they'll siphon off a huge part of the market. I mean, and I know I've seen. I don't know if they're taking the electric vehicle technology or not, but they got some vehicles over there that's crazy, and not as expensive. So I definitely can see them doing that as far as just getting the technology and then having it at a crazy lower rate. So I think you're right on that, man.
I'll say this though, like as far as Timu stuff, sometimes it's hit or miss, right? Because I had got some drones from Timu and I compared the specs. I was like, oh wow, this is like pretty exactly like this. When I got it, I was like, all right, this is going back. This is back. But this
Yeah,
like the chair that I have and the desk that I have, those have been really good. So I don't know, maybe the the technology part of it is might be I don't know, but some
it
hardware
wasn't the
like
same.
some furniture and hardware is pretty good.
He said, "Hey, this is supposed to be 4K 30. It's coming. It's looking more like 360. Like, what's going on here?"
Exactly.
But also,
I didn't even turn it. I opened it. I'm like, all right, this is going back. I'm not even gonna do it.
Give me my money.
Ralph, you wild, man.
Like,
You
nope,
a
not
wild, my
happening.
brother. But
Give me my money back.
I also think, man, it's an opportunity too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because on the real, think about it. Okay, China gets a hold of it. They do their tweaks. This is also a chance for other
Oh, he cut
And
out right on the good part.
Joseph shared the wealth with OTTO.
Since we started talking crazy, everything's going down.
and grab it. You feel me? And then retweak it again and make it better and do something like that. So I mean, there's always different ways you can
OTTO.
spin it.
Can you say that again? Because like you got cut off a big part in the middle and then you
Yeah.
came
Okay.
back up.
They
No,
watching.
I said, he said they're watching. I must be using. Never mind. Let me just shut up. Uh,
They
I was
cut you
saying,
out.
I said they also could be just using it as a chance, like another U.S. company could use it as a chance to make innovation. So if China does grab it, and then they grab it and they tweak it, so they get that, and then another U.S. company can see that, get it, also see what they did to tweak it and see if they can improve on that, and then take that and then redo it themselves and make it even better, and now they have a fighting chance against Nvidia. So there's different ways you can spin it. So that's my take on it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It could I don't know, it could do a lot of damage for sure. So I can see why they're trying to keep it up out of there. But ultimately that's gonna be hard either way. Because there's always somebody who's willing to risk it for the biscuit. Um on the team or in the space, or even like Ralph said, there's people who can just come over here and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna purchase something and ship it back, and then when it'll be back when I get back. And I don't know how they deal with that type of stuff, but yeah. Joseph, you finally back, man.
Yeah,
Are you good over there?
I'm trying to say the least amount of words possible to know how to get shut down again. But yeah, man, this is a great episode, and a great episode to kick off for the last episode of 2024. So definitely I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. OTTO day one, Tech Coach Ralph in the building, holding it down.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all locking with Tech Coach Ralph on his show. He has multiple ones that he streams throughout the week. So definitely locking with him. Go to youtube.com/at Tech Coach Ralph and see all that he got going on there. Again, youtube.com/at Tech Coach Ralph. So listen, y'all, before I get shut down again, let's definitely throw in that brown box special now. And y'all can stay on with us. We definitely appreciate that. And Mitch with the thumbs up. Appreciate that as well. He says check the janitor on the third shift that works Thursdays, as Tech Coach Ralph says. You want to check that out. But I'm gonna do this one real quick.
A backpack full of them.
Yeah. I would do this one real quick before we head out. And y'all, like always, go ahead and show us some love in the comments section. We really appreciate it. And this is it. This is the Brown Box special for 2024, the last one. This is a credit to Kiora for this one. Took a senior role at a biotech startup in San Francisco about a decade ago. I was recruited by a prior boss that I respected greatly, a VP of production. Please know that the past tense, while on paper I reported to him, in reality the org chart was complete fiction when I got there. Everything was designed by committee, which was a waste of time and effort, not to mention money. Then the COO made a mistake of telling me the severance package when separating of an employee, 3 to 6 months pay depending on time in service. That
Mm,
was at week 4 of my time there. I spent
mm,
2 of those weeks trying to document the existing production process. It was instructive in that there were no SOPs. Every person in the production lab did it differently, and they changed their production on a whim. I took those observations to the VP, and he said, "Quote, that is what I was afraid of and why I hired you. How do you want to proceed to fix this?" End quote. My response was calling the entire production staff and tell them to freeze all changes while I rebuild the process from the beginning. That went nowhere, and I saw the writing on the wall. So I just showed up on time, did my 8 hours, and went home. I was terminated a few weeks later. I made them give me a severance check before I would leave. At the end of the day, I ended up with a 6 month paid stay in one of the coolest neighborhoods in SF area, Dogpatch.
shoot, can't beat that.
Hey,
Like
that
sometimes, you get wind of information that change how you maneuver,
yeah,
around. So he got that info and put it in his back pocket and pulled it out at the right time. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
hilarious.
Which is funny.
Friend of mine that
Y-
he got laid off a few months ago, but he was already having problems with the new boss, right? So he was already looking and stuff. So he got laid off, and then within that week, he got another offer.
Mm,
So he started like that following. So he got like a week off the following Monday. So he got
Mhm.
all the severance and PTO and all that, and a better, higher paying job to start after a
yeah,
weekend.
That's how you
yeah,
do it.
man. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those things. They don't a lot of times they don't talk about that side on the news and stuff, right? Like, I remember Microsoft, they did the same thing, I believe. It was like or was it Microsoft? I can't remember who it was, but basically, they had that huge layoff, but a lot of those people had a lot of months of severance pay. They didn't just get cut and then that's it. And sometimes the news makes it seem like that, which obviously, yes, they did lose a job, but like most of these companies do take care of the people. Like, hey, we're gonna give you this amount of time because we know it's maybe harder out here to find this particular role. So we're gonna give you some time, and sometimes that time is a long time compared
Mhm.
to other industries. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So that's another part to
Yeah,
think
a lot
about.
of time it's like based on how long you've been at the company, and they'll give
Yeah,
you like, and if you have PTO, a lot of times they'll pay that out as well. There's a lot of different things that can happen with that. Where so you hear, oh, this layoff happened and stuff like that, but there's other sides to the story, especially if the company can't keep you. It's like, would
yeah,
you rather just get nothing? So,
exactly. Like that's always an option now.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I think that hey, it really depends on the company. Some companies don't care, but every to each its own. But I'm glad that this person individual was able to get what they were able to get from that brief transaction for sure.
Yeah,
That they so definitely I appreciate that. Listen, is this being the last one? We really want to make sure that we do also shout out the Alive podcast one more time before we go. And then OTTO, before you say that, I appreciate my brothers and I hope my comedic relief adds to the show. Have a great holidays. Likewise, brother.
for sure, for
Likewise.
sure.
Likewise, man. Appreciate you always. Day one right here. That's a day one, y'all. If y'all don't know, OTTO, day one. And before we go before we go, just want to again highlight I can't speak right now. The highlighted live podcast network. If you're not familiar with it, there's a bunch of creators. Look at us right there who are part of this. You could definitely check out the different shows that they have available, and you could also see for yourself which one you would prefer to watch besides us on here, or listen to, I should say, on the Alive Podcast Network. But y'all, thank you so much for rocking with us. Again, Tech Coach Ralph in the building. Go to www.youtube.com/@tech Tech Coach Ralph. I can't speak. Tech Coach Ralph. Get to youtube.com/@Tech Coach Ralph. Definitely appreciate you all. Everybody here, the whole gang. Yeah, I feel it in my toes now. It's too cold. Yeah, no, appreciate it. And y'all have a great one. Until next time, you're tuning to Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world. We'll see y'all next year, baby.
yeah,
Merry
peace.
Christmas. Happy
and
New Year,
elbow grease.
everyone.
Yes, indeed.
That's right.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Peace.